Hello friends, let's talk about PTE listening. So in today's video, I will be talking about template for the first question of listening, that is summarize spoken text. Okay, so as you all know, this is the first question. At the same time, it is quite scoring and the most important part because it gives score to your listening as well as it gives scores to your writing. So if you want to score good enough in your writing, so obviously you have to improve your this listening part as well. Okay, now the another problem students get is they always get confused how to write it, how to make notes, then how to write the summary. There are so many templates, which template to be used if you want to score 65 or 79. So the template which I'm going to share with you today, that is good enough even if you want to score 79 plus in your listening. So whether your requirement is 58 points, 65 points, 79 plus, so this template will help you in each and every situation. And this template itself contains 45 words. So as you know, your word limit for this question is minimum 50 words and maximum 70. In no case you should be writing less than 50 and more than 70, but just try to write the maximum number of words, as many as you can write. So maximum means just try to write closer to 70. So write 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70 rather than writing only 51, 55 or something like that. Okay, so how do we write it? So the very first is you need to talk about the topic here. Dash was the main topic of the lecture. So here you need to write about the topic. And how do you find out the topic of that particular lecture? So the topic is always spoken in the very first line of your lecture. So whenever you are going to talk about something, obviously you always start with the introduction of that topic. And introduction is what? Introduction is the topic itself. Okay, so whenever you listen, make sure you listen the first sentence very carefully. If you think the first sentence is a question mark, sometime they do have that interrogation just to make it more clear to the topic or just to give a background information of the topic. So in this scenario, again, you need to focus on the topic. So listen the topic, quickly write it down on your paper that you get what the topic is, and that topic must be given over here. And yes, spelling is also important. So make sure you write the correct spelling. So listen correctly, then write correctly. Okay, so that was the main topic of the lecture. Then first and foremost, the crucial aspect mentioned includes 1, 2 and 3. These 3 points. Now here what you need to write is you need to take the important information, the keywords from the lecture. And generally the important information and keywords are your adjectives and noun. Okay, so just listen carefully, whatever the noun you understand nicely and you think the spellings are also known to you, you can write those spellings over here. So write the spellings plus adjective, noun plus adjective. Make a list on the paper that you have in your real exam for the preparation for the rough work that you have. Okay, so 1, 2 and 3 keywords must be given in this second sentence. Then the third we have is secondly. So we have firstly, first and foremost, then we have secondly to give connectivity. Secondly, the key component concerned with the lecture also consists of dash and dash. So here again we are going to give 2 more keywords, 4 and 5. Okay, then after that whereas. Now this is for the contradiction, something opposing, whereas the lecture presented not only this but also that. So here we have written 5 number keyword and here we'll be writing 6 and 7, 2 more. Okay, now we have the conclusion sentence. Finally, the speaker explained the topic with effective facts and figures including this one. So here also 1 more keyword. Okay, and make sure whatever the keyword you will be writing here, that must be taken from the last sentence or the second last sentence. Okay, so this is clear. Now the very first thing, again you have to write close to 70 words, like somewhere between 55 to 70. Second is that whenever you are making notes, make sure you don't repeat the keywords. Don't repeat the keywords means whatever the keyword you have written earlier anywhere in the answer, don't repeat it. just try to write the new keywords, because the software, once it is going to check your answer, if you have written any keyword earlier, will not be considering it again. Okay, another thing is that taking 10 to 12 keywords from that lecture is good enough to take maximum score from the content section. So 10 to 12, how many we have taken? So we have taken 1 as a topic, because again it is a part of that, and 8 over here, total 9 we have written. Okay, so you need to write around 10 to 12. You can add any extra, but make sure at least you write these many. And to write these keywords, to make it quite simple, what you need to do is, as soon as you get that sheet for making notes, right, so just write a number 1 to 10, and when you are listening that audio, you keep on writing the keywords in front of that, because if you are writing so many notes, so many keywords, so what will happen? You won't be able to fix everything in the answer. Second is that you will be writing in that way, you won't be able to read your own handwriting, and that is the biggest problem most of the students face. They keep on scribbling something while listening, and later on they see, oh, what happened? They are not able to understand what they themselves have written. Okay, so write nicely and clearly, and write the limited number of keywords, limited number of things that you can use into your answer. Why to write extra? Right, nobody is going to look into your notes and give you score for that, so don't write anything extra. Okay, so these are the words that you have to focus. Now another thing, why we are writing this, or why writing this template is important, because you'll get points for your content that we have covered, you'll get points for your grammar and for your spellings. So your grammar and spellings would be accurate in a why, because you have learned everything very nicely. You are using all the connectors, firstly, secondly, whereas, not only, but also, finally, everything is there. And for the writing point of view, you have also made complex sentences. So by writing this way, trust me, you can easily score 79 plus into your listening. In this particular question, listen nicely, practice again and again, and if you get any of the doubt, so you can write down in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer all your queries. So hope this will help you. Keep learning with me. All the best.